Round 14 of the Betfred Super League gets underway tonight, and the Black and Whites of Hull are looking for a third successive win, and a win that would lift them into the top four. Remarkably, they've yet to win at home. The Tigers seeking just a fourth win of the season. All the action from the MKM Stadium as Hull FC take on the Castleford Tigers. Kick-off at 8 o'clock. So round 14 then underway this evening. It's a busy night as well in the city of Hull. Challenge Cup winners Hull Kingston Rovers take on the Catalan Dragons across the city. But it's been Hull and Proud Week this week. The Black and Whites have been out in the community and enjoying their time with their young fans and old ones as well, getting involved. Hull FC at the heart of the community here in Hull. What about round 14 then? Busy night in Hull. Hull Kingston Rovers taking on the Catalan Dragons across the city tonight. Huddersfield Wigan is live tomorrow, Sky Sports Plus, and Leeds against Warrington, 5:30 tomorrow on Sky Sports Plus. Sunday, it's Wakefield against Lee, and Salford, bottom of the table, take on St Helens. Let's have a look at the league table then, as it stands coming into round 14. We know that Hull Kingston Rovers are top of the pile. Win for them would extend their lead to 4 points. For Hull, a win tonight would lift them above Lee on points difference and into the top four. For Castleford, they're looking to close the gap on the top six with a win here tonight. What about the two teams then? Well, Hull come into this one after a thumping win in the south of France a fortnight ago. They make one change, still without John Asiata and Jed Cartwright. Will Price is now gone for over 2 months. Kate Cuss comes in. John Rappenar is at fullback. Cuss and Caesar in the halves, and youngsters Barron and Martin on the wings. What about the Tigers then? Well, no former Hull FC man Tex Hoy for them. He's got a calf issue. Zach Sini moves to fullback. Sam Wood is back in the centres. Chris Atkin will start in the front row alongside Tom Amon, who's back after missing the loss at Warrington. And former Hull FC man Joe Westerman is on the bench. Delighted to say alongside me here at the MKM Stadium tonight is former Warriors Steel, former Leeds and England star Courtney Winfield Hill. Courtney, good evening to you. Who are you looking forward to seeing in action tonight?
Yeah, evening, Mark. Look, first game, could it be for a win at home for Hull FC? It is their big night out, and if they are to do so, it'll be Aidan Caesar, the halfback, who for me has arguably been one of the best signings in 25. A tremendous leader, a great game manager. Will he take another clutch moment this evening as a big moment player for the Black and Whites? On the opposition for the Tigers, it's Zach Sini. He's stood up at centre in all of his games this year. Tonight, a mission of Tex Hoy means that he will start at fullback, and with a strong running game and plenty of space in the backfield, look out for him to be dangerous for them.
Healthy crowd here tonight. Great to see so many youngsters here as well. Hull and Proud Week, a big week in the calendar here as Hull FC and the Tigers are led out. Aidan Caesar leads out the Black and Whites. Alex Mellor leads out the Castleford Tigers. Healthy crowd in here tonight, knowing that a win, and Hull go fourth, sorry.
Yeah, they push into the top four potentially. And would we have picked it at the end of 2024? Such a dire year for them, but they have returned with a vengeance in 25. And we can see the crowd on their feet. Why wouldn't they be for the home team after what they're starting to deliver so far this year?
Yeah, and a senior, top scorer for the Tigers in 2014. Can he add to his tally here tonight? Officials in the middle tonight. Aaron Moore, James Vella is our video referee. Looking forward to it then here at the MKM Stadium. Who will prevail? The Tigers beaten already by Hull FC back at the Jungle in March. Who will prevail tonight? Round 14 of the Betfred Super League about to get underway. It's Hull FC against the Castleford Tigers. Wonderful conditions, a pitch looking lush. Oh, he's set for another cracking instalment of the Super League. We're underway, a big roar goes round the MKM, and it's the Tigers and Tom Amon with first use of the ball, and he's hit hard. They better get used to that, Courtney, because next year he'll be coming here in the red and white of Hull Kingston Rovers, and there'll be no love for him then. Castleford looking to move it wide quickly. Well, that was an adventurous start.
Yeah, it really was, and with the push and solid line defence we saw in those first two, Castleford Tigers roll the dice early, find themselves some metres out on that left-hand edge. They might have to do a little bit of that tonight with the size of the pack of that FC.
Well, just 3 wins so far for the Tigers, but Amon's got them going forward. Horn in at dummy half. Tigers on the last, just shy of the halfway line. It's a slow play of the ball. They'll get it away now to Rome Milnes. He sends it high. And Jordan Rappenar comes to collect it on the 20. Heads in field. Decent first set from the Tigers.
Yeah, solid first set, but you can certainly see from Hull FC, they're setting their intentions as we see the Tigers return serve. Numbers in the tackle. Just trying to have a presence in this game. As you mentioned earlier, no wins at home yet for them. They've been brilliant on the road, yet to score a win here in front of their home crowd. As Herman Essa, he goes in with a big shot.
Yeah, he's been flying, hasn't he, in amongst the tries. Well, that pass is a mile forward. That was an absolute shocker from the black and whites.
Yeah, and after they just won some momentum off the back of that, they're inexcusable errors. You look at the distance he's thrown that forward, and John Cartwright, he'll be disappointed with that. Unforced errors like that are killers, and it affords the Tigers some good territory here early in the game, as we see it was Rapana pushing up nice and flat, trying to get over the advantage line, but the skill not in his hands on that occasion.
No. John looks on. He's been a great addition to the Super League, hasn't he, John Cartwright? Speaks honestly and openly. And now here come the Tigers then with an early chance. Dejanazi has it inside the 40. He's wrapped up. Former Castleford man Zach Hardacre. Part of the 2017 Tigers side that won the League Leaders Shield. Here's Amon again. Tackled 30 away. Horn in at dummy half. Atkin will operate at first receiver. Singleton takes it forward.
Who's that, Paul, Liam? Paul now.
Well, they're just 20 out here, the Tigers. Here's Atkin again. Finds Milnes, who finds Zach Sini. Sini wrapped up, playing at fullback tonight in the absence of Tex Hoy. Horn finds Milnes. Milnes gets it away to Dejanazi. Runners out the back, quick hands. Here's Senior going for the corner. Oh, did he get it down? Did he get this down? Cost it was with a last-ditch tackle. Senior celebrates. He thinks he's scored. Aaron Moore's going to have a look at this one on the field, and he's sending it up as a try. Has Senior opened the deadlock for the Castleford Tigers.
Stuckle 4, live decision of a try. We're checking the touchline and grounding. So Senior is in possession at this point. He's still in possession in the field of play. So watching the feet to see that if he enters touch. The feet are still in the field of play at this stage. And then we lose sight of the foot at this stage. We're just going to look from behind just to see if we get vision of the foot. Okay, we've lost sight of the foot from that angle as well. I'm just going to also look at the potential grounding. So looking at the potential grounding here. Nice and slow. We can go frame by frame. If he maintains possession. Okay, frame by frame. So if we can just go back, please, frame by frame again. So I need sufficient evidence to prove separation. So frame by frame from this point. Keep rolling it through. Okay, it glows blurry at that point. If we just play that at full speed, please. Just play that. Yep, just play it from that point at full speed. Yep, play it there at full speed. If we're going to just go now to camera 9 as well, just to view the grounding, I need downward pressure. So just camera 9 and yeah, play it at this point. Just play it through. I need sufficient evidence to prove that he has lost the ball and that there is no downward pressure. So play it through. Keep rolling it through. Okay, just take that back frame by frame, please. Frame by frame. Does he maintain possession? The hand, fingers are still on the ball. It goes blurry at this point. Okay, based on the on-field decision of try, there is insufficient evidence to overturn. I've made my decision.
Well, James Vella had a good look at it, but insufficient evidence, and the decision on field will stand. It is Castleford who get off to a flying start here. It's not going to go down well at the MKM, this one, I can tell you that. They've been watching the replays, and their reaction says it all. It was tight. At the first glance, Courtney, I wasn't convinced he's got it down, but Innis Senior scores the first points.
Well, he does, and inside 4 minutes, the away team, the Tigers, they are on the board. And we all know in slow motion, things always look a little worse. But have a look at this lead-up play. We saw it in the first set, but in the second set, the halves linking up, shifting it literally from east to west. And it was Innis Senior, goes in for his 7th try of the Super League season. Usually 6'4" advantage comes out in the air. But on this occasion, the outstretched arm slams it down, and Cade Cust, even in his efforts in cover defence, could do nothing about it. Great combination with the halves. Gets them on the outside. The Tigers, it is 4-0.
Yeah, Innis Senior knows where the line is. Cam Milnes had the extras from right out on the touchline. Sends it towards the post. They're quiet. That means it's a good one. It's a belter from Milnes right on the sideline, and Castleford lead by 6.
And if the home team, they could just rewind, no doubt Coach John Cartwright is. But it was the pass from dummy half earlier that gave them that good field position. So we see the out-the-back play, halves combining, and lovely quick hands from Mella. And they're on the board, the away team.
Yeah, Cuss did everything he could. Peels for a forward pass down that end of the field. Amon on the end of it. Gets up to 15 out. Castleford looking to build. Here goes Lewis Senior. Wrapped up. Great to see him back for the Tigers. Played now the last 3. Ball taken forward. But Hull defensively strong. Chamberlain involved in the tackle. Sense of frustration for the home fans here. Singleton carries.
Move all the way, Zach. Call me Herman, hold.
On in at dummy half. Atkin has it. Little drop of the shoulder, but he's wrapped up.
Move back
just
here,
outside
boys.
his own 40.
To the side, 5.
Ball back to Arzios. Plenty of time to kick. Downfield. Caught on the full by Jordan Rapana. He will bring it forward, and the Tigers meet him 20 off the line. Decent set on the back of points, and I'm sure Danny Maguire will be pretty pleased with that opening set on the back of that opening try.
Yeah, for sure. We always love a completed set, and a strong kick there from Arce on the breeze. Did send Rapana back over his shoulder. And even more impressed with the kick chase. Numbers down there as we see the 3rd tackle, just short of the 40. Little juggle there.
Move back up there, boys. Oh, Brad.
But Hull FC only 5 minutes into the game. And they won't want to be panicking.
No, Knight carries. That's a good carry. Ball's come free. It's gone backwards. It's play on course. They've got the numbers here. If they can get it away. It was Briscoe took it in. He had support on the outside and maybe should have used it there. Last one for the black and whites. Cuss gets it away. Here now is Caesar. Going to send it high towards Martin and Litton. Ball juggled. Was that knocked on? No, that is a close decision there. Went the way of the Tigers.
Well, that's an interesting call, and certainly not one that the home fans agree with. As we saw the attempt in the air, was it forward? It was certainly questionable.
Yeah,
but no time for questioning here from the Hull FC defence.
No, referee was in line with it.
Hold, boys, hold out.
It is again the kick from Caesar. I think they might have got away with one there, the Tigers. But they lead by 6.
Please back up, Amir, back up.
Now they have it,
Back
30
up.
off their own line. Hardacre with the tackle. Horn short. Tom Amoni's getting through a mountain of work, isn't he, early on here?
Move all the way, boys, all the
Short-term
way.
deal. He'll be playing at Hull Kingston Rovers
Go
next
back.
year in the Super League. Here is Arzi again. Sends it downtown. Rappenar will collect on the full. Brings it forward. Undoubtedly, the loss of Will Price is a blow, but Rappenar knows all about the role at fullback.
Well, he certainly does. Such a versatile back. We can see him shift centre wing the other week, standoff as well. But he's probably preferred position at fullback. Also a great returner of the ball. He'll add some great leadership defensively for FC from that position.
Here's SASA over the halfway line. Gets the offload away. Wasn't taken in. Another Hull error. The offload was on, but they couldn't take it. And Castleford will get the ball back on halfway again.
Yeah, and we know that that's such a big part of his game. He's third on the Super League charts for offloads. Didn't quite find the mark on the third tackle. Just a little bit of impatience here early doors from Hull FC as we see an offload for the Tigers.
Here's Atkin waiting for troops to arrive. Gets it away to Lawler. He backs his way forward. Tackle made, 30 out. Sini jumps in at dummy half. Finds Milnes. Offers it up to Singleton. Tigers have started well here. Are they going to punish another Hull FC error and double their try tally in the opening 10 minutes? Here's Arzi, little chip over the top. There's nobody at the back. Rappenar in the line, gets back, drops it, gathered, and that's going to be offside because the Hull player there was in an offside position after Rappenar lost the ball.
Well, and it's brilliant vision here from Dejan Arce to notice Rappenar out of position. The little chip kick over the top, just the bounce of the ball added a little difficulty here. As you can see, no one at home out the back for Hull FC. It's a lovely weighted kick. Wasn't quite dealt with, and very lucky in the end that it didn't fall in the arms of a Tiger, which would have been very interesting if it was 2 tries inside 10 minutes.
Yeah, Rappenar did just enough, didn't he? Here goes Sam Wood, a welcome returnee for the Tigers. 5 away, trying to crash their way over, but Hull are ready and waiting for that one.
Yusuf, get out of there! Ball 2.
Ball move to Milnes. They've got numbers out the back, but they lead the line with Lawler. Will defend that nicely. Ball in at dummy half. Well, Lawler wanted a penalty, and I think in the end he's taken that long, but he's conceded a knock-on, so the Tigers blow a golden opportunity.
Yeah, it really was. Unlucky not to score a try on the back of Arce's kick. And they were starting to look dangerous at this end of the field. But instead, Lawler on his way to his feet. Clean drops it. And Hull FC, well, they'll be wanting to complete this, get a good kick away, because they really haven't had much good field position so far in this first 11 minutes.
Well, they had that thumping win, didn't they, over the Dragons last time out. Hull FC, 34 points to 0 on the back of an away win at Lee, but yet to win at home this season. Here now is Barron. He's racked up. They're finding meters hard to come by here, Hull FC. Here now is Yusuf Aiden.
Move together now. Hold it. Go third.
Ball works its way now with Knight. He's taken down.
Move. Square Brad. Go 4.
Borough gets it away. SASA will lead the charge. Gets the Tigers' defence rolling backwards. Tackle made on halfway.
Go 5.
Ball now goes to Caesar. He's under pressure from Horn. Sends it high. Litton's after it. Sim comes to get it, and Sim collects it. Does really well. Litton did everything he could to try and put him off, but Sim comes up with the goods.
Yeah, well, Litton almost resembled a long jumper there. He jumped from a long way out. Was never really in a position to take it, as we see the Tigers shifted again hard early in their set, coming out of their own end. Lucky to hang on to that one.
Yeah, it wasn't the best pass from Dejan Arce. The Tigers have it. They lead by 6 points to 0. Tom Amone again, trying to lay the platform for this Castleford pack. Makes his way forward. Ball back to Milnes inside the 40. Arrows the kick low towards the sideline. Rapana collects it on the bounce and brings it forward. Just short of the 30 when he gets it back, but another completed set for Castleford.
Yeah, they've been top draw in their completion tonight, and their effort areas already. You can see those kick chase are well connected and good numbers. So we see Hull FC, the backs get involved again and try and drag them out of their own end.
13 gone. They've not really had too many opportunities. They've maybe been a little bit unfortunate once or twice, but they're over halfway here with Chamberlain. Borough gets it away, finds Knight. He plays to Caesar. Lovely pass, Hardaker through. He's got support from Yusuf Hayden. Oh, he's tackled by Sini. Hayden's still going for the line, and he's tackled a metre out. They want a quick play of the ball. Which way do they go? They go over the top. Chance here for Barron. Cuts it and will score. Hull FC open up their account. It's Barron on the far side. Beautiful ball over the top after Yusuf Hayden was denied by some last-ditch Castleford defence. Hull on the ball.
Well, after they've had their backs against the wall for the first series of this game, they have responded and responded well. But it was the break through the middle on the play before this that they were probably unlucky not to score on. But in the end, they go in for a try, and you see here some brilliant lines. And Hardaker, typically a back, finds himself in the second row this year. He gave it early, and instead, great vision from the hooker. Looks up, sees big numbers, chooses to cut them all out. Hit Barron, who finds his right foot, hits hard, and bounces back for the black and white.
Yeah, Barron with another try. His 5th Super League try of the season. Him and Martin really are rising superstars in the Super League. And this was a lovely pass over the top from Cust.
Yeah, you can see Cuss there, hardly even looks up. He just knows that Barron's got acres of space out there. Usually in that standoff position, but finds himself passing off the floor and still has the skills. Brilliant job, Harvey Barron.
Yeah, Barron with a break, and with a try, Hardaker with a break. Caesar to level up the match then. Hayden from touch. Well, 66%. Well, he nails it. 2 great kicks to start off the night. And we're all level at 6 points apiece. The home fans a bit happier than they were a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, they sure are. And on their big night out, after an interesting first initial few moments of the game, it's Cade Cuss with great vision. And Harvey Barron, lovely little try out there for him. First real time they've had any real field position, and they've made use of it.
Now, what can the black and whites do? Knight brings back the kick-off. He's wrapped up. Here now goes Aiden. Oh, he would have thought he was in for a try, wouldn't he, Yusuf Hayden? He doesn't get many, but he got collared right on the line. Here's Erman Essa. He knows where the line is for sure. We're in at dummy half. Short side play. Rapana turns it back for Chamberlain. Chamberlain straightening up. Did have a runner in the middle, but didn't use it. Here's Borough. Jumps out of dummy half. Over the halfway line he goes. Up to the 40. Last one. Good set this for the Hull FC side. Hayden in at dummy half. Finds Caesar. Sends it high. Sini waits underneath it. They're after him, but he keeps his composure and then steps away from Litton beautifully. That was lovely footwork.
Yeah, and as we said earlier, Zaxini, his first chance starting at fullback in the absence of Tex Hoy. And he's up to the challenge. Litton was coming through quick, but a little bit of good footwork there as the Tigers get back on the front foot.
Move together now, hold.
Tigers, ball back in hand now. Get it away. Here's Atkin, short pass to Singleton. Tries to wrestle his way forward.
Move her man!
It's Castleford's turn to work their way out of their own end. Here is Atkin again, finds Mills. They're thinking about expanding play. They'll go through hands here to Lewis Senior. He's dragged down just short of the halfway line. Josh Simon at dummy half. Gets it away to Mills. Mills will send it high. Rappenar backtracks into his own 10. Catches it on the 10-metre line. Slips as he comes forward. And he's tackled 20 away. It's another completed Castleford set, though.
Yeah, Coach Danny Maguire will no doubt be happy with how his Tigers have started the game. And we know that if the Tigers are to take the 2 points this evening,
well,
they're going to have to start fast.
Yeah, there's a knock-on. That will help their cause there, Courtney. There's a bit of confusion at the play of the ball. Are they going to challenge this?
I think there'll definitely be a challenge coming. I feel like there was a boot in there from the Tigers' defence that was on the floor. We'll go to the video ref.
Well, they're challenging this one. Let's hand upstairs then to James Vella.
Okay, we have a captain's challenge. Hull FC are challenging the decision of a knock-on. So we can see the tackle's complete at this stage. Just playing it through here. Ball carrier standing up to play the ball. Atkin has cleared the ruck, so let's just see what happens next. Okay, so the ball carrier has placed the ball on the ground. He's beginning his play the ball process, and then Atkin clearly kicks the ball. So this is ruck interference by Castleford, and the challenge is successful.
Well, when you see on the replay, it looks pretty straightforward, and it was a really good challenge, that one from Hull FC. They'll retain their challenge, and more importantly now, they get a chance to boot themselves down the field on the back of this penalty.
Yeah, brilliant challenge as we see it overturned. And the captain, Aidan Caesar, in the hooker position. He had a front row seat and view to that. And it was a cheeky little boot there, as we know to play the ball is the responsibility of the offensive team. He certainly had that on the floor, but Chris Atkin just went for a cheeky little boot in there. Comes undone.
Yeah, here now is Knight. Carries over halfway, looking to get the arm free, can't do so. He's started well tonight, Liam Knight. Ball now with Borough, fires it to Caesar. He's got Yusuf Aiden. Carries up towards the 40-metre line. All level here as we approach the halfway point of the first half. Hull back on the attack with Caesar. Had SASA on his shoulder but couldn't find him. Off the line quickly there was Horn. Hardacre did well to take that in. Goes through hands. That's been knocked on though. Castleford survive, and credit their line speed there. Although the referee now is saying, well,
I feel like Aaron Moore's definitely got this one right here as the defence came up and hard. Was in there with Harvey Barron. I do feel like Aaron Moore's got this right. The first knock on from the Tigers. And again, it'll be good field position, and you can start to feel a little bit of a tempo increasing here for the Black and Whites.
Yeah, it was a loose bit of play that really was forced by Castleford's line speed there, but they've come up with a knock on. So the Black and Whites get a full set, 30 away. They've got 4 on this near side. Here now is Rappenar. Takes it into contact. Nowhere for him to go. SASA waiting for a charge. Gets his hands on it now. He will lead the line. Almost gets through the other side. Quick play of the ball as well. Borough. Here come the Black and White. Caesar. Plenty of bodies in motion. Rappenar uses the decoy. Almost breaks through himself. Hull about to strike the front. Here now is Knight. Finds Caesar. Caesar gets it away to Cuss. Wants to offload it. Great scrambling, desperate defence from the Tigers. Cuss just couldn't find the next pass. Chamberlain finds Caesar. Knight will just lay down a line just in front of the post here. Last one. Cust and SASA to the left. That's where they're going now. Here is Cust out the back to Litton. Stumbles, needs to find a pass and doesn't. Milnes makes the tackle and Castleford survive.
Well, we could feel it coming. The tempo was increasing, just couldn't get it quite right. And in that defensive line, they looked up, saw that Brad Singleton was out of position and tried to pick on him, but unfortunately, inability to quick hands to the winger. As we see a penalty for a high shot.
I'll be disappointed with that. That is such an easy out, isn't it, for the Castleford Tigers? Frustration for those in black and white as Milnes punishes them with a touch finder. Litton it was. Here now goes Lawler. Tigers looking to hit back here. Had the early lead, but in his seniors try, cancelled out by Harvey Barron. Moen again makes good meters over halfway. Joe Westerman into the action, former Hull FC star. Here's Dejan Arzi, gets it away. Here's Sam Wood. Wood tries to stand up Briscoe, but Briscoe eventually gets back and makes the tackle. Here now is Atkin. Atkin gets it to Milnes. Milnes dummies, gets it away now to Lewis Senior. Senior bumps off one, through the tackle, he's going for the line and he's going to score! Sensational from Lewis Senior. Barges his way through with some wonderful footwork and then has the strength to finish it off. Castleford are back in front.
Well, and whatever twin brother can do on the other edge, Lewis Senior can do on this right-hand edge. And it was 4 black and white defenders that he bumped off on his way to scoring his second try of the Super League season. And after being in brilliant position only moments ago, the black and whites will be disappointed with this. Again, we see the intention of the Tigers to shift it heavily laterally. And the first fend here, 1, 2, 3, and then Rapana to beat. Stuck it under the right wing and chanced himself and came off the better. So we see there, it really is too soft, that defence, and something John Cartwright will certainly not be happy with.
Yeah, he'll be furious. Simple as that. They didn't look a lot on at this point. They had numbers, didn't they? But it's just one bump off and then never looked as though he wasn't going to get to the line. Great finish. And the Tigers lead 10-6, and Ron Milnes is eyeing up another touchline conversion. Well, he's struggled for fitness, Lewis Senior, since he joined Castleford, but no doubt when he is fit, he's a real asset to this Tigers team. Milnes, who nailed one from the other side, is now looking to add 2 more from this side. Milnes strikes it just inside the post and he's hit it. 12 points to 6. 3 great kicks to start the night.
Very good and valuable points on offer in the conversions tonight from Rowan Milnes. Shaves it inside that far post as we see it here again. And Lewis Senior, we know that was out early in the season with that quad injury, but he's got a brilliant strike rate when he does get on the park, and he shows that again tonight.
Yeah, he's gone at nearly a try a game, isn't he, for the Tigers? Will be buoyed by that. Looking for just the 4th win of the season. Senior carries. Horn finds Atkin, finds Westerman. Joe Westerman, who took nearly 200 games for Hull FC. The ball with Arzi now over on that far side. Wood waits, gets it away to Arzi, gets it away to Westerman. On halfway, he'll play the ball. This is the last one for the Tigers. As he waits under pressure from Hardacre, sends it long. Rapana drops back to the 10 again. It's deja vu. This time he fires it to Martin. Looks up and sees a wall of pink in front of him. Nowhere for him to go. Let's have a look at the tail of the tape then. So far, 50-50, but the completion rate of Castleford is outweighing the metres made by Hull FC.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? As we see that completion rate, the ability to get on the back of a kick from RC a number of times early in this first half has just given them good metres. And start to see a little fatigue setting in for Hull FC.
Here's Knight, finds Caesar, finds Rapana. Senior out of the line, quickly gets him. And it'll be Hull that played on the halfway on their fifth tackle. Caesar under pressure, arrows the kick across field. Senior will jump and catch it, 10 off his own line. He'll head in field and skips round one. Is he going to think about the pass? No, eventually he's run an awful long way there to go forward an extra couple of metres.
Yeah, doesn't usually get that much space when he's playing in the centre position. One thing tonight, Danny Maguire will be really happy with those effort areas in the kick chase and the kick pressure, as we saw just then on Aiden Caesar. It's having a real impact for the Tigers.
Yeah, lots of points across the city as well, and they're all going the way of the red and whites. 18 points to 0. Challenge Cup winners Hull Kingston Rovers piling on the Dragons' misery. Ball offloaded here by the Tigers. Horn has it. Bounces out of one, comes again, gets it back to Westerman. He finds Milnes, rolls the kick in behind Martin, but I think Josh Sim was quite on the same page there. And Martin sprints across the field, and he'll get the ball back 15 off his own line.
Yeah, certainly wasn't on the same page there. As we see an early kick on fourth. Martin returns it centre field. Just wonder, was it a little bit of a wasted opportunity in good ball position?
Sameze, the latest OFC player in, as is Ashworth from the bench, and Ashworth carries forward just short of the halfway line. Here is Sameze, Wigan loanee. Borough gets it away. Caesar with time to set himself. Sends it high, downfield. Sini will collect. With a bit of a juggle, but brings it forward now. And he, once again, he's looking to run it and looking to promote it. He's asking questions, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and he's not scared to run it back in at those forwards. As you know, Zach Hardacre now playing in second row. Again, a penalty. Just give them a little helping hand out of their own end. And the discipline, the last couple of sets from Hull FC defensively, certainly not helping their cause.
No, and that's twice now. In the 20, they've given away a penalty. And once again, Milnes punts it downfield, and they'll start just short of the halfway line. Here now goes Wood. Carries it in. Castleford looking to add to their lead here. Arze drops it off, gets it away now. Ball taken in by Griffin. Danny Maguire using his interchanges as well. Westerman, short pass to Amon. He's had to wait for it almost, and he's tackled 40 out from the black and white's try line. Horn to Westerman, finds Dejan Arze into the line, digs in, quick hands again, but Mellor's pass doesn't find the target. Frustration for Senior and the Tigers.
Well, the Tigers had Hull FC backpedaling here for a while, but it was Barron's influence and presence up and in on Mellor, who couldn't quite get the pass and find his target. And Innes Senior on that left-hand edge. They were in a little bit of trouble here. If it had stuck, it could have been a different story, but Innes Senior tucked in nice and tight. Almost too tight on that moment there.
Yeah, ball now in the hands of Jack Ashworth. Whistle to the ground, just his side of the halfway line. Borough finds Eze, gets it away to Caesar, finds Cuss, finds Briscoe. No way forward for him. Here now, Cuss gives it to Ashworth again. Bit of a standing start, though, for the black and whites forward. Hull about to level things up here as they goes to Caesar, finds Chamberlain. Chamberlain angles back, bumps off one. Can he find a pass? He's not yet tackled. He's thinking about offloading. Eventually he'll take the tackle. Not offering a lot of shape at the moment. Ball now here to Cuss, gets it away to Caesar. Quick hands, tip pass for Barron. Keeps it in play, then just thumps it downfield. They need a good bounce here, Hull. They might. I thought for a second they were going to get one, but they just looked a little bit rattled in that set, didn't they? I know they're missing John Asiata and Will Price, but they just seem to lack a bit of shape there.
Yeah, they did, and even the way they finished the set for Harvey Barron, having to kick it from far out wide on that right-hand edge. Tonight's a night where leader Aiden Caesar and Cade Cuss really need to link up and direct this team a little better when they're in good ball.
Cuss on halfway again. They're looking to add to their challenge lead. Look at this tomorrow. Huddersfield Wigan live 2:55 Sky Sports Plus. That's backed up by Leeds Warrington on Sky Sports Action at 5. Oh, the Tigers were nearly in there. Bass batted down. Still alive. Castleford again another set. Doubleheader Wakefield Leeds Salford Saints on Sunday. State of Origin 2. Queensland New South Wales 10 o'clock on Wednesday. Sky Sports Action. The Bench podcast available on skysports.com/podcast every Monday. And on Wednesday it's the verdict at 3:30 with Jenna and John on Sky Sports News. Right, Castleford have got another set here, and they are going again here. Had to go for the back down there, though, didn't they, Hull?
Well, if Rapana didn't, it was a short try to Westerman, who was pushing in support as we see him here.
Oh, he spun out of a tackle, but he just can't quite get to the line. He'd love a try here at the NKM, Joe Westerman. Had a couple of spells with the black and whites. Here now is Milnes, gets it away, miss up pass, Senior's hit hard, and he's lost it. Good shot from Martin, really good shot from Hull FC.
Well, and just when they needed it, it's Lewis Martin. We're so used to seeing him contribute with ball in hand in attack, but gee whiz, they needed this in this moment, up and in. Notices the big cutout pass from Rowan Milnes and whacks him fair in the ribs and creates an error that the fans behind him.
Well, Castleford are going to challenge this. So let's have a look then. James Vella will cast his eye over this one.
The decision of a knock-on. So we can see the ball in flight. The ball is touched by Senior. He's travelling forward. Let's see what it touches next. Okay, we can see that Senior then regains possession. He's in possession. The Hull FC defender is effecting a tackle. He hits the arm of Senior. The ball's then dislodged. So now we're going to determine which angle the ball travels. Which direction does this ball travel? So we've established that Senior takes possession. He's in possession and he loses the ball. Playing on from this point, we can see that the ball, we're just going to go now to determine perspective. We've established he's in possession, tackled by the defender, not touching the ball. And then the ball travels backwards. We'll just now determine the pickup. Senior's hand is on the ball. Okay, initially to determine whether he maintains possession with this pickup. Okay, the hand is on the ball, still on the ball. Okay, then the ball travels forward at this stage. So you can see the ball is on the ground and then he pushes the ball forward, constituting a knock-on at this stage. So the challenge is unsuccessful.
Castleford will be really disappointed with that because the thing that they challenged, they won. But the regathering of the ball, he pulled it towards him, and that's a knock-on. So they won the challenge and then lost it again.
Well, what they initially challenged on, we think, Anyway, as we know, regardless of which way the player is facing, he has dragged it in a forwards motion and lost control there. So it will be a Hull FC feed. Great read there from Lewis Martin. Probably a try saver. It was a great read and even better commitment. You see Castleford, no challenges left. They've used it up early doors in the first half. Hull FC still with one in the bank.
Oh, an error. Barron's dropped it. Stone Cold dropped it on his own 10. Look at the frustration from Kate Cust. He can't believe it. Hull FC shooting themselves firmly in the foot here.
Yeah, and after all that brilliant work out on the left-hand edge, Harvey Barron, and Cust is not happy with his outside back. Such a simple error off the back of the scrum. He shakes his own head. He's not happy with himself. And with 7 minutes to go, if Castleford can score another one here, this will be a very interesting game.
It will. Can the Tigers extend their lead here at the MKM? Horn out of the base of the scrum, carries it forward. He's wrapped up inside the 10. Milnes gets it away now. Here goes Lawler. Remember, a win tonight for Hull would see them in the top 4, but it's a long way off at the moment. Castleford knocking on the door. Here's Tom Amon, bumps one off. He gets to the line, but Hardacre's all over him. Real good, strong defence from Hull FC, needed to be.
Yeah, it did, and you see there, Burra, Hardacre, and Rapana wrap Tom Amon up, who's played every minute of this first half.
Ball works its way left. Here's Dejanazi. Ball over the top for Senior. Oh, he didn't get it down. Great defence, Hull FC. Really good defence. Barron, whose error put them under the pump, comes up with a big tackle to get the ball back for the Black and Whites.
And early in the set, Arcee, he chances his hand at a ball over the top. As we see here, there was space. The trajectory on the pass just gave Barron enough time to check, turn, and make up for his mistake only minutes earlier. And he sends Senior into touch. And he gets a few touches around him, applauding the young man. He'll make mistakes, but it's a positive response.
Yeah. Ball carried forward here by the Black and Whites, but they're dumped into the turf here. Laidlaw it is. Plays it now. Short pass from Martin. Needs something to get out of their own end here. Hull FC, they're just struggling at the moment. Here is Ashworth. Goes route one, carries it himself, but he's taken to the ground in a three-player tackle. 5 left first half. Tigers in front here. Rapana back to Litton. Litton cuts back in. He's tackled, but keeps going. Good post-contact meters from Litton. Burrow waits at dummy half. Set restart. So Litton with a really big interaction there. SA over the halfway line. SA tackle. Short here to Hardacre. Will that set restart give Hull FC a chance to level up here? Ashworth loops it round to Caesar. Caesar short pass here. Rapana through the line. Didn't have the support. Great tackle, Milnes. Milnes and Sini come up with a try saver. Here's Caesar now. Back for Ashworth. Offers a dummy. Can't get it away to Laidlaw. They're 5 out, the Black and Whites. Looking to level things up here as they chase down a first home win of the season. Caesar gets it away. Chance here for Barron. Barron for the corner. He's denied by Senior. What a matchup that is on that far side.
Well, it's starting to become a really brilliant battle out on that edge, isn't it? Between Senior and Barron. And it was during this play, early doors, it was Tom Briscoe calling for it early. So Aiden Caesar skips across the park, perhaps just a little bit too far. And that sliding defence of Castleford, and well and truly up to it.
Look at that, both high in the 90s in terms of tackle success. Hull have had to do the more defending so far.
Well, it wasn't the case early doors, was it? We saw FC in the first probably 20 minutes. Their completion rate is well below Castleford, but they've bounced back, starting to find their groove.
Good run, Sini. Here goes Horn, almost through. Oh, he's lost that. He's got away with it, Horn, I think. Here's Milnes, gets it away now to Lawler. Over halfway go the Tigers, last one for them. Couple of minutes left. 12-6 the Tigers lead. Milnes is going to send it high. Martin back on the 20 will catch it. Gets away from one, he's like grease lightning. But a good tackle from Milnes, stops any potential breakaway.
Well, and with plenty of hang time there, Lewis Senior, he was eyeing up Lewis Martin. There's a little bit of a return serve for the shot he got earlier. And if Castleford can defend this set, they'll likely go in with the lead at half-time.
Here's Ashworth, finds Caesar, short pass. They were looking for that line again from Hardacre. This time Castleford meet him on halfway. Ashworth finds Caesar. Caesar with bodies in motion out the back. Rappenar, good tackle, Senior. Last one here, might be Hull's last chance of the first half. Unless they can get another set, but Caesar's gone without it. Was looking where it was going rather than watching it into his hands. And a loose error from Caesar.
Well, the pass from Davy Litton, can't say it was perfect, but certainly takeable. And on the last play, Aidan Caesar, who's usually so solid, just makes quite a simple error and doesn't get to the final kick of the play.
Well, the clock's ticking down here. Castleford in no great rush. They would have had time for a full set from just inside their own half, but Josh Sim will carry forward, and it looks like the Tigers are happy with what they've got, unless they've got a big play up their sleeve here in the closing stages. Ball carried forward by Griffin. He turns and wrestles his way over the halfway line. Ball now with Dejanazi. Short pass to Wood. Wood almost through the line. No support again there. And here come the Tigers, looking to end the half on a high. They're going to kick in behind. This time Sim is chasing with Sini. Bounce of the ball favours Martin in his own in goal. Brings it back, and he's tackled, and that'll do it for the first half. Siren will sound, and the Tigers will go in at the break in front. They scored early on through Innis Senior's try inside the opening 4 minutes. Harvey Barron levelled things up 6-6 before Lewis Senior's individual try put the Tigers back in front. Both sides had chances at the end of the first half, but it is the Castleford Tigers who troop off at the break, leading. Hull's wait for a home win could be about to go on. All the reaction to that first half will be coming up next, but at the break, it's Hull FC 6, Castleford 12. State of Origin is back. Game 2. Will the Blues wrap up the series? All the action. ARL action to keep you busy, and it's an early one. 7:05 home win. Aaron's effort for Hull FC, meaning at the break, Hull trail by 12 points to 6. Plenty of chances though in that first half, Courtney.
Yeah, plenty of chances and plenty of field position for the Tigers early doors. And it was inside 4 minutes that we saw them set their intentions and willingness to get into great shape and shift the ball, as we saw here, Milnes and Arce combining. And Mellor it was that put Inner Senior away in that left-hand corner. It did go upstairs, went up as a try. No sufficient evidence to suggest that he lost it. And it was a great finish from him over in the corner. The Tigers pounced early. On 15 minutes, it was brilliant vision. And after they got a roll on, and Cade Cust, he spotted the absence of defence out on that right-hand edge and put Harvey Barron away to respond. It was Aiden Caesar with a beautiful kick from the touchline. He drew it level at 6-all. But on 23 minutes again, this time it was from the other edge. And it was twin brother that used his fending skills and strength and charged his way over. Anything twin brother can do, he can do also. And we know his strike rate when it comes to games and tries is incredible. And it's the Tigers, probably didn't expect it at the start of the game, but they go in leaders at half-time. And Coach Danny Maguire, he'll be happy, but he knows that the job is a long way from done.
Yeah, so a look at the tail end of the first half when it comes to the stats. We know the scoreline, Castleford lead. Hull had slightly more of the ball, but I think both coaches towards the end of that first half, Courtney, will be disappointed with those completion rates.
Yeah, we saw Castleford. They started off really, really strong, but just a little bit of lack of concentration there to clean up and finish that first half. But Hull FC, that's certainly something John Cartwright will be talking about in the sheds. The ability to complete sets, particularly when they've got a kicker in Aiden Caesar, certainly one of his strengths. He'll be urging them on to tidy that up and discipline with the penalties as well.
Yeah, will indeed. Can Hull FC turn it around, or will the Tigers pick up a 4th win of the season? Second half is next from the MKM Stadium.
Oh, how that feels.
And Conrad Hall, his 100th career try.
He's cheeky, that's what he is. You got to have characters in the game, and Mike is a character.
We can confirm that Jared Warrer-Hargraves will be playing in Super League in 2025.
It's been a good start, but we're only scratching the surface now, guys. But it's good start.
Doesn't need anybody. He's brilliant. Devon French.
Yeah, the verdict with Jenna and John on Sky Sports News every Wednesday at 3:30. Here today with all the latest goings on in the Super League and beyond. And also available each and every week, the Bench Podcast, again with Jenna and John. You can download, that's available every Monday. Sky Sports, the Bench Podcast with Jenna and John. Right, second half about to get underway here at the MKM Stadium. And LFC have got some work to do, Courtney Winfield Hill here. Castleford, I think, fully deserved their half-time lead.
Yeah, they really did. They came out strong. And we know that if they are to secure the 2 points, they probably did need to go in with the lead. But Hull FC, there's a hell of a lot more to squeeze out of that sponge, but it's going to take their senior leaders to get them back on track. And we saw they were last in the shed. Zach Hardacre pulled them aside and had a little moment. A few words of wisdom from him. No doubt a few more from John Cartwright on the other side of the tunnel.
Yeah, we're about to get underway then for this second half. Can the Tigers see this one out? John Cartwright will be hoping that his side can turn it around. Will they get that first win here at the MKM in 2025? Dejan Arce gets us underway. Kuss with a catch, gets it away to Sam Eze. He brings it forward, and we're back underway here. Is there a bit of a shock to kick off round 14 in the Super League? Here's Hardacre. Had that great run that led to the first try. Well, let's see tonight. Good shot there, Westerman on Laidlaw. They're just missing that little bit of punch tonight in the forwards. Westerman with a tackle, but a good carry from Borough. Ashworth finds a gap. He's away. Where's the support? He's got big Sam Eze on his shoulder. Oh, he's giving him the dummy. Eze was eyeing up the line. Quick play of the ball. Rapana now going for it. Little dribble kick through. Collected by Sini. And that is an opportunity bomb. What is Jack Ashworth doing?
Well, we saw it in the first half. One-on-one with the fullback. And it was Jordan Rapana. Zach Hardacre couldn't come up with the points in the first half, and on that occasion, Jack Ashworth, he wanted the try for himself, didn't want to put his fellow forward through. Just when they could have levelled things up inside 90 seconds, they've bombed it.
Yeah, that was a chance on the very first set of the second half, and well, Jack Ashworth made the break, but he got greedy. Speaking of greedy, Hull Kingston Rovers have been very greedy when it comes to points. Just across the city, there's been a red card for Ben Garcia, who's sent off for pinching in that one, but they were already behind. And now look at that half-time, 38 points to nil live on Sky Sports Plus, but a penalty here for Hull FC. Well, we knew the Dragons were in trouble. Courtney, we saw the replay of that Garcia sending off. Absolute brain freeze.
Yeah, that's one word for it. We know that is just absolute no-go territory, and 38-0 and a red card. He won't be coming back on the field. As we see here, Harvey Barron just caught one high, falling into the tackle of Senior.
Look, Hull will take great heart from the line break. They'll be disappointed they didn't level things up, but there's already signs. This Hull FC, they've obviously, John Cartwright's had a word, hasn't he? Because they've come out running a lot harder and stronger than they did first half. Here now is Laidlaw. He carries forward. Amon makes the tackle, but the Tigers back inside their own half here. Borough in at dummy half. Fires the ball to Caesar. Caesar gets it away to Cust. Rapana into the line. Good read again from Lewis Senior. Shot out of the line, but got enough for Rapana to bring him down. Here's Cust again. 20 out. Fires it to Caesar. Ball over the top for Barron. Barron tries to go past his man, but Ennis Senior brings him down. Those two are going at it hammer and tong tonight. Here now is Caesar. Floats the kick high across the field. Here come the black and whites and got it! And they ground it! But have they got it down correctly? big calling coming here.
I've got no
But
try.
it's no try on the field. Were they onside? And if they were, have they grounded it? Upstairs to James Vella.
Tackle 5, live decision of no try. So we'll initially check the onside, offside. So we're pausing on the boot here. Okay, so we're pausing on the boot. So the chasers must have both feet behind the ball at the point of the kick. And we can see at this point, the Hull FC chaser to the left-hand side, I believe it's Briscoe, is in an offside position. Okay, so we're going to play it on from this point. We can see his right foot is offside. So playing it on. You can see that he is offside, just monitoring his movement. We can see that he enters within 10 metres clearly of the player waiting for the ball, and he's involved in the contest. And just confirming that the kicker does not run him onside at any point. He doesn't run him onside, and he's involved in the contest. I've made my decision.
Well, let's see. They're finding ways at the moment not to score. That's twice they could have been over the whitewash, and twice they're going to come up dry. The player just offside, and in fairness, you could see on the cut of the grass, it's a correct decision.
Yeah, it was clear. It was almost a moment of brilliance off the left boot of Aiden Caesar, but regardless, even if he was onside, I think if you would have forward through to the grounding, wouldn't have been given anyway. But really good signs here for Hull FC. Haven't been able to capitalise yet as we see that left boot. Tries to get on top of the halfback. As we see here, it was Litton that climbed above the pack.
Yeah, did he just bounce it? Well, irrelevant in the end. But two chances. Gone a begging. If Castleford were to score now, it'd be a hammer blow, wouldn't it? For Hull FC. And they're inside the 40. Here goes Westerman. Westerman gets it away to Mills. Out there, oh, out the back. The pass was on for Singh. He just couldn't take it in.
Well, the pass wasn't terrible. It was a little bit below hip height and on the move. It's Lewis Senior. Can't bring it in. And on the third tackle, they give it straight back to the Hull FC.
That really will frustrate Danny Maguire, won't it? They've led a bit of a charmed life at the start of the second half, Castleford, and what they can't afford to keep doing is keep giving Hull FC opportunities, and that'll be the message. He looks animated, doesn't he? He's not happy, Danny Maguire. Chris Chester, new director of rugby, alongside Brett Delaney. Oh, that wasn't a good pass. Custer's done well to pick that up.
He's done very well. If that had been a knock on there, it would have been a turn of the tides. Instead, Cade Cust, great effort, keeps his team with ball in hand.
Here's Burrow in at dummy half, gets it away to Ashworth, finds Eze. Eze flicks it away, Rappenaar's lost it. Well, Hull shoot themselves in the foot again. This game is there for the winning, and at the moment neither side wants to take a grasp of it in this second 40 minutes.
It's certainly been a scruffy start to this second half. And you just wonder what have coaches said inside the change rooms at half-time.
Good hands, Westerman gets it away to Griffin. He's inside the 20. Here's Horn now. Westerman leading the charge. Looking now for a supporting runner. He'll take it inside the 10. 5 away. Castleford's turn to knock on the door here. Had to weather a bit of pressure earlier on. Here's Tom Amon. Great one-on-one tackle. Laidlaw it was. Got his man and hit him hard. Ball now fires its way to Dejanasi. Short pass. Bounces up. Picked up by Ashworth. Didn't fancy the 90 metres on that occasion, but Hull get it back. And a late offload. He gets it away. Here's Barron. Well, it's hear 'em, scare 'em at the moment. Neither side can complete a set, and now Castleford compound the error by giving away a penalty.
Well, and the intensity certainly has lifted but the attention to detail and discipline certainly hasn't. Unable to complete set on either side, as we see Bijan Arce try and hit the lead runner on a short line. Sini was out the back, unable to wrap it up. So we see FC in possession on the halfway line.
Yeah, here now is Caesar. Gets it away to Sam Eze. He gets it away. Herman Eze is poised, ready to come back on for the black and whites. Borough, nice pass, Caesar. Better from Hull, working down the short side here. Looking to break open this Castleford defence. Westerman missed Eze. And now the ball played 25 out. Laidlaw gets it away to Caesar, offloads it to Hardacre. Hardacre bounces through one tackle, eventually going to be dragged down. But Hull looking to hit back, start of the second half here. Last tackle, told to get on with it. Borough short, oh, Laidlaw's going to run, he might get to the line! Didn't get it down, he's held up. I'm not sure that was the plan on last tackle, but Laidlaw was inches away from levelling up the game.
Yeah, and it was Mellor that found himself wrapped up underneath the ball of Laidlaw. And on the last, we'd like to think that Cust and Caesar are probably out the back, shaking their heads. But brilliant defensive effort there from Alex Mellor.
Good run from Wood, just buys a few vital metres to give them some breathing space. Ball now here with Sim. These are big moments for Castleford. These are tough carries now for the Tigers. The whole fans are getting behind their team. They sense this is a big moment. Eze, what a shot! Sam Eze.
Absolutely brilliant shot, just when Senior comes in, trying to help his forwards out.
Here goes Sini. Sini racing away. They're trying to get in support. Martin gets back, but that is a great run from Zach Sini.
Well, and after being on the back foot of that tackle, they've made some metres here. Can they finish it off? Potentially force some pressure down this end of the field.
Milnes under pressure, couldn't get his kick where he wanted it, so Rapana will bring it back. The game opening up nicely here, though.
Yeah, it really is. We saw Sini there with the break through the middle. Even looked for a moment, looked on his outside. Senior wasn't quite there. Was tempted by a kick.
Here's
Had the
Briscoe.
mind to hang on to it.
Game has sped up significantly. Liam Knight into the action again. John Cartwright getting his front line forwards back on the field here as Hull make their way towards halfway. 10 gone second half. No more points to the half-time tally, but plenty of chances. Here's Knight. Gets it away to Caesar. Quick hands here. Now is Briscoe. Good read from Senior. Got enough of his man to drag him to the floor, but it's starting to open up nicely here. Hardacre to Caesar. Sends it high. Hull might contest this. Barron underneath it will collect it. Barron needs to find a pass. Senior's all over him. Great defence from the Tigers. Still 12-6.
Yeah, another good defensive set from the Tigers. LFC getting the kick away instead of choosing to compete. Just wrapping up the ball. Nice set of hands, though, in that set out here on the right-hand edge. Tom Briscoe, did he miss an opportunity to tip on?
Sam Hall into the action, drives it forward. Castleford hanging on. Atkin gets it away to Singleton. Good run from the Tigers. They're responding well to that early pressure. Their line has been troubled a few times. Here's Atkin out of dummy half. Gets it away, not the best pass. Westerman stumbles as he picks it up. And will just take the tackle just over halfway. Atkin finds Milnes. Short pass here. Inside the 30 come the Tigers. Nice one for them. Wood calling for it on the left. Here's Milnes, going to send it down the other one. Again, not the depth on the kick, or not the height on the kick he would have wanted there. And that pretty easy for Rapana to bring it away.
Yeah, there was just enough kick pressure on him to send him off balance. And you're right, it was the hang time that didn't allow his outside backs enough time to get through and compete, or even put any pressure defensively.
All have had opportunities. Here's Knight. Had a big game tonight. John Cartwright will be pleased to see him back on. Ese is on the exercise bike, getting ready to come back on. Sam Eze, great run, good offload. Here now is Knight on the follow-up, looks to offload, finds Caesar. Caesar gets it wide now, Rapiner gets it out wide even further to Litton. Litton goes to ground, but he's lost it. He's lost it. Frustration for Litton and the black and whites.
Yeah, more than frustration. Just see the crowd on that side of the field. Frustrated. Another set not complete. One thing you can see, Hull FC's forwards are certainly ramping it up, trying to set a better platform than we saw in the first half from them. So good signs there.
Here's Mellor. Mellor over halfway. He goes to the ground. Castleford still leading. John Cartwright, you can sense the frustration as he looks on just away to our right here. Milnes, dummies, goes it alone, thrown to the ground, 30 out. Herman Ese about to come on for the black and whites. Atkin out of dummy half, finds Zach Sini. Sini carries it. He's wrapped up inside the 20. Last one. This time, oh, Atkins gone short side. Was that played out? It was. It's another set. The Tigers have hit the jackpot there. They were going down a blind alley, it seemed, but they're going to get another set here. Big pressure on the black and whites. Can they answer defensively? Milnes finds Westerman, gets it away to Singleton. He carries 5 meters out. Big moments for the Tigers. Danny Maguire's side with back-to-back sets inside the 20. They'll play it again now. Atkin finds Westerman, finds Milnes, short pass here to Senior. This time he's hit hard, a couple of meters out from the line. Sini steps over the Hull man, finds Milnes. Milnes offers a big dummy, comes back down the short side, turns the ball back underneath here, trying to break the line. Can they reach for it? Not quite. Not quite. Lawler it was, inches away from extending the Tigers' lead. Westerman finds Dejan Arce. That was tough. So going to be another set here. Picked up by Westerman. Ball over the top. Hit again. Ball offloaded by Wood. Dropped it. Went backwards. Play on. Here's Senior. Harem, scare him stuff for the Tigers. Senior takes it forward. But a third successive set here on the line. Is the Hull dam about to burst? Can Castleford add to their lead here? They're going for it. They're going for the line. They're up to the line. I don't think he's got it down. It's Hall who's tackled. And again, Castleford inches away from extending their lead.
Yeah, inches isn't the word. It's like a washing machine out there at the moment, but brilliant defence from FC.
Got to hang tough here. Castleford, can they keep their composure? Lawler has another tilt at the line. Caesar makes the tackle. Get the feeling, a pivotal moment in this match. Singleton tries to barrel his way over. Eze, the bigger man, holds him up just short of the line. Atkin in at dummy half. Fires it away to Westerman. Westerman, short pass to Mellor. Hardacre with a great tackle with Cust. And Borough finishes it off. But Hull now being penned on their line. Feels like an eternity here. Castleford short side to Dejan Arce. He finds Sini. Sini stumbles, offloads to Arce. Line up top for Arce. He's in! Castleford score! Dejan Arce's second try for the Tigers. And Hull just ran out of steam on their own line. And Castleford extend their lead.
Well, and after 3 sets on the line, late in each set, 6 again given. It's Dejan Arce that pierces through the defensive line, ducks under a defensive arm, and puts his team out to a 10-point lead. But in the lead-up, it was honestly messy, it was scrappy, it was washing machine-like, as we see in a Senior skip out of a tackle. Went down the left-hand side, and it was Sini that bobbed back in. And the defence coming back inside and a quick step off the right foot. Dejan Arce, he'll go in to put his team up. Throwing Milnes, about to take the kick.
Big Mo, you felt they had to score there, Castleford, all that pressure. Danny Maguire looks a little bit more relaxed than when we saw him earlier. He'll be even more relaxed if this kick goes over and opens up a 12-point lead. Ron Milnes, who's kicked 2 from the sideline. Can he kick 1 from about 12 metres to the left of the post? Well, he's hit 2 from the sideline and he's 82% chance of kicking this one. This for a 2-score lead.
Yeah, 2 converted try lead. 23 minutes to go on the clock. Would be a huge advantage. And both teams pretty scrappy to start this second half. Castleford just starting to settle.
Milnes, big kick this. Slots it through the middle, 18 points to 6. And Castleford's fans who've made the trip here, maybe more in hope than expectation tonight, but now they've got a big 22 minutes to hang on to this lead.
Yeah, and as we know, a lead is always important in the second half. Dejan Arce, he set up the try early in the first half, but he snags one of his own. And Hull FC, can they just settle into this?
This is going out on the full. That's a shocking kick. That's a mile too far.
And talk about compounding the errors. As we see Jordan Rapana, hands on hip. In absolute disbelief. It's not just over the line. It's 5 metres. One bounce into the fence. And Castleford, they'll have another crack at this end. There's John Cartwright. Always on his feet, riding every moment with his players.
Well, those fans who watch the AFL on Sky Sports will be more than aware that Hull City had a torrid season here. Could barely buy a win at home. Well, John Cartwright and the Black and Whites are struggling as well. What is it about this place? The home teams don't do well at the NKM, it seems. Castleford on the prowl again. Atkin out a dummy half. Holmes up in front of him. Atkin pinned his ears back. Rapana makes the tackle. 10 away. If the Tigers going again here, surely they're set for a 4th win of the season. Here now is Arce, gets it away. Here's Milnes out to Cini. Cini keeps it alive. Ball on the ground went backwards. Milnes will collect it. Milnes is going to be dragged down and tackled 10 away, right on the touchline side. Tigers just need to regain the composure here. No panic for them. They lead by 12. Quarter of the game remaining. Score again here. And they're a huge shout. Here's Arce again. Dummies. Oh, good tackle, Kate Cuss. Had to hang on to his man and did. Hardacre finishes it off. 10 out, last one. Tigers would love a repeat set if they can't score here. Mellor, deliberate pass to Milnes. Picks his spot. Floats it out wide, but there's no pressure at all. No runners. Maybe lack the width, the kick there. And Hull get it back, albeit 5 off their own line.
Yeah, certainly did lack the width, the kick, because we know the height of Senior and Sim out on that right-hand edge. Didn't have a chance to get up and compete on that one. And the backs get in and do some hard work for Hull FC.
Not done yet for Hull, but time is ticking by here, and scoreboard pressure can do funny things. Here's Herman Essa. He drives it forward.
Well, if they need to come back, it's through Herman Essa. Only 6 runs in the first half as we see a kick downfield. Aiden Caesar taken on the full.
Castleford are on top. The scoreboard says that. Hull, you go back, those big chances. Jack Ashworth not passing the ball. Offside from the kick. Big moments in this match.
Yeah, they really are. Probably can say at at least 3 moments tonight. One in the first half was Hardacre. Didn't release the ball, probably released it too early. Ashworth. And then Litton and Briscoe not onside, so potentially 3 tries gone missing for them.
Yeah, well, this is good from Cass. They look well in the mood to add to their 3 victories this season. Here now goes Atkin, finds Amon back into the action. He bounces out of one, goes again. More post contact meters, but he's offloaded it to SAS. I think he might have knocked this on. Castleford are just getting a few breaks of the ball here, aren't they? There was that 6 again right before they scored the try, when it was just a hand in at the tackle. They're just getting the rubber of the green, the Tigers.
Yeah, it really is going against them. For a moment there, you thought that the offload from Tom Amon landed in the hands of Tom Briscoe. And just in that moment, going to ground, you can see there, Atkin. And the ball does go forward. The captain's challenge still up their sleeve, but they know not worth using it on that occasion.
This is an opportunity for Castleford. Does that go backwards? Here's Mill. Sini juggles, holds on to it. Sini tries to go round. He's tackled 10 out. I think the game is on the line here if Castleford can score again. Milnes finds Tom Amon. Amon, 7 out. Atkin waits. All the key players are coming. Here's Singleton going for the power play, attracting defenders in the ruck area. Ball fired to Dejanazi. Short pass, Mellor almost got through. Cade Cuss is coming up with some great defence on his line at the moment. Another try saver there. If he didn't hit Mellor, it was game over. Hull FC are hanging on. Here's Milnes. Gets it away now to Amon. Oh, he's lost it. That's come out. Hull FC might be on the ropes, but they're not ready to go down just yet.
No, and Tom Amon, who's had a brilliant impact so far in this game, just comes up with an error. Was it Knight in contact in that tackle, squeezes it out, and instead of completing potentially a try or adding pressure at this end, Hull FC ball back in hand, and they must complete. They must start to get a little bit of field position if they're to come back. 12 points down at the moment.
Yeah, Castleford, a chance gone begging. But they'd still have welcomed a 12-point lead with 16 remaining here. Lots more to come then across the weekend in the Super League. Doubleheader tomorrow. Huddersfield take on Wigan, 2:55 Sky Sports Plus. Then we're going to Headingley as Leeds take on Warrington, 5 o'clock Sky Sports action. Sunday sees Wakefield take on Leigh at 2:25. That's on Sky Sports Plus, as is Salford against Saints. That's at 2:55. State of Origin 2, Queensland looking to keep the series alive against the Blues of New South Wales. 10 a.m. Sky Sports action. Mondays sees the Bench podcast. So here you go, Hull now looking to work their way through, and the verdict 3:30 on Sky Sports News each and every Wednesday. Last one for the Black and Whites. Need to get a go. Oh, Caesars dropped it again. Went backwards. Oh, that didn't. It did go backwards. High kick from Cust. Here's Martin after Sini. Hayden sees that's twice now. All right, might not be the best pass, Corny, but he's still got to catch those, hasn't he?
Yeah, moments of deja vu there tonight for Caesar. We know he's sitting 4th on the leaderboard of the Man of Steel at the moment. We've seen some clutch performances from him this year, but the simple stuff tonight gone amiss. And in moments like this, it's when they really do need to get them pinpoint kicks away from him.
Here's Sini. Good tackle on him. Last one. Atkins going for the 40-20. Got the distance, but not the direction. Oh, he gets a good bounce, though. Barron's going to have to pick it up on his own line. What's the chase like? Azi first there, makes the tackle. Good set from the Tigers.
Yeah, another great set and great awareness there from Atkin. Inside 40, as you said, didn't have the direction, but certainly had the depth. And a decent kick chase from Marcy. He's really starting to lift in this second half for his team.
Here goes Knight. Knight looking to offload, flicks it out the back. Cuss collects, fires the pass down to Briscoe. Briscoe angles back in, gets back to where he got it from. He gets it to Rapana. Rapana can't get the pass away. Eze back on for Laidlaw. John Cartwright rolling the dice. Eze will carry. He gets it away, flicks it out the back, but they can't take it in. They can't take it in. It was a gamble, and it doesn't pay off. Barnforth couldn't take in the pass.
Well, it was almost spectacular, wasn't it? We know that Esse, he is known for those offloads and a little flick out the back. It found its mark, just couldn't hang on to it.
Good shot on Singleton, but he bounces out of it. Gets away, but Esse rings him down. 13 to go here. Tigers advancing again with Sini. Sini, can he find an offload? No, he can't.
Move together now. Hold it, Sam. Hold it.
Is there any merit in Castleford maybe setting up for a drop goal, or are they thinking bigger than that at the moment?
Well, I do think that it's worth having a look at.
Well, here they're going to have a look at it right now. Mills has lined it up, but he's kicked the ball wide of the target. Well, it was on. He had plenty of time, but he's fluffed his lines.
Yeah, Acres of Spakes, no pressure on him. And with 13 minutes to go, a 13-point lead would prove crucial. But they've signalled their intentions. LFC still in the game.
Well, a 7-tackle restart will give them a chance maybe to get right down the other end. And if they can score here, then it is still game on. Remember, they drew with Lee here. The only time they've not been beaten at home this season against Lee, that dramatic golden point tie. Early, oh, that's a knock on from Barnforth. Well, he's just come on, he's made 2 mistakes inside 2 minutes.
Again, another simple error from the black and white tonight. They just cannot get any luck. You probably shouldn't say luck, it's just simple execution of skill. Just has a little bit of a glance up, delivering to Cust, and the head goes down. Again, lack of completion, lack of attention to detail is killing them in this second half.
11 remain. Castleford at the moment are not being asked too many questions. 50-50, but look at that. Low 70%. It's not really going to win you a game in the Super League, is it?
No, not when you're down at half-time. And Castleford now with a 12-point lead. Needs to be better than that.
Cast start 5 short of the halfway line.
Go one, good Sam.
Atkin out of dummy half, finds Lewis Senior. Wrapped up just over the halfway line. Just over 10 remaining here at the MKM. That's getting quieter and quieter by the second as realisation dawns in that looks like another miserable night for the black and whites unless they produce something special. Well, Kate Cuss produces something special. Sini tidies up eventually, but they lose a lot of metres there, Castleford. Don't need to panic, do they, the Tigers?
No, up by 12. Certainly didn't need to try and force that one there. Just see them try and get back on the front foot for a kick to finish.
Ozzy just rolls it in behind. Barron will be willing this dead. Oh, he's touched it! He touched it! Another Hull FC error. He's watching it over the sideline and he runs into it. This has been a comedy of errors in the second half, but nobody's laughing in black and white tonight.
Yeah, certainly not. And you can see the fans in the background there, hands on heads. You simply can't believe it. The kick from Arcee. It was the bounce here, off the chest. He's put himself in a position and got the bounce back into the chest. Even though he didn't play at it. You see the short kickoff.
Well, it wasn't short enough, was it? Collected by Mills. And the Tigers have got a chance now to once and for all put Hull FC to bed and pick up a 4th win of the season. Danny Maguire's side are in the ascendancy here, and the only thing missing is another score to put the black and whites out of their misery here. Ball now goes to Dejan Arce. Short pass to Amon, and they won't stop him from there. Tom Amon crashes over for his first try for the Castleford Tigers, and it's a try that will wrap up a 4th win of the season for Castleford. Job done, delirium in the away end. Castleford are going to win here at the MKM.
Yeah, and aren't the fans happy? And so they should be, as they push their 12-point lead out. 16 points, and Tom Amon, he played every minute of the first half, almost hit 100 metres. And it was a brilliant ball back on the inside. Terrific line, terrific energy, and a really well-deserved try. Rapana could do nothing about it in the celebration. A kiss to the fans as we see that line on that angle there.
Alex!
Absolutely brilliant. Take a bow, Tom Amon.
Yeah, delighted. Only here for a short stay, but I tell you what, nobody can doubt the endeavours of Tom Amon. He is led from the front from the very first whistle. And as Courtney said, a well-deserved try for him. And Ron Milnes looking to keep his 100% record going. We'll look to add a 4th conversion. Too many mistakes from Hull FC tonight, and it's costing them dear here. Hull go to Salford next week. Few Hull fans making their way home. Another miserable night at the MKM. Oh, that was a bit of a skew-if kick. Milnes, who's kicked them from all over, has missed one from right in front of the posts.
Yeah, he has. Most of his kicks tonight coming from the touchline, and that one there probably expected a high percentage. He can't add the 2, but with 16 points in front and only 7 minutes on the clock, seems to be written on the wall.
Yeah, that's what it's like to be a black and whites fan tonight. Go short, come up with the ball. Here's a chance then. This is a nice run from Martin. That took 20 away. Well, if they can get one straight back, then who knows? They're going to get a full set, 20 away. Here's Kate Cuss out the back to Caesar. Miss out pass to Barron. Barron through Wood, but Wood gets his man a metre away. Got to score here, Hull, to have any hope. And maybe that missed kick from Milnes could bite the Tigers, but they've got to defend here. Cuss gets it away to Eze. Wrapping our ball over the top. Was it forward? They're going to go in. Try Hull FC. Martin in. Instant response from the black and whites. Is it too little, too late? Time will tell.
Well, Hull FC supporters, hang on to your hats. It's the young man out on the left wing. Lewis Senior. Lewis Martin, my apologies. He brings it back. 16 down. He brings the deficit back to 12. He started the set off with a brilliant return. And have a look here. Have a look at the hands and the vision. Was it forward? We know that can't go upstairs. Lewis Martin, he'll add another try. Leading try scorer for the black and whites. He adds another one. Rapana, no look. Hits his winger. Touch judge says clear.
Caesar misses the conversion, so it is still a 12-point game here. Well, it did look forward in real time. He's on the red line, he's over the red line. It was forward, but sometimes you need a bit of luck, and Hull get a bit of luck.
Hey, look, I'm not bitter, but we saw one from the New South Wales Blues the other week in the Origin. Not that I'm bitter, Mark.
Well, you can find out how State of Origin gets on. State of Origin 2 on Wednesday. That's just given the black and whites a bit of hope. But they need something really special. Kust fires it across to Rapana. Rapana tackles. Casting one really big defensive set here, and they should be home and hosed.
Well, if they can keep them assigned to this half of the pitch, will certainly go a long way, and we start to see the line speed pump up through the middles.
Here's Knight, offloads it, ball goes backwards off Barnforth, but metres lost rather than gain there from Hull, but it was worth the roll of the dice. They've got to try anything and everything here. 4 remaining. Here's Knight again, digs into the line, little chip over the top for Martin. Can he get it? He does get it. He's away, he's got support. They give it away to Lynn. Lynn, can he get there? Gets it back to Martin. What a try! What a try for Hull FC! Martin's in again. A quick fire double and a massive kick to come for the black and whites. But Lynn and Martin, sensational down the left.
Yeah, Lewis Martin, we know he is a superstar of our game. And the fans who left the stands only moments earlier, they'll be getting back to the car park and hearing this stadium erupt. And if you're in the car, turn the radio on. Get Sky Go on, because this game is not over. A great kick from Caesar. Brilliant support. And just when you thought the tackle was made.
Well, the kick is missed. A huge kick, but he couldn't get it, and that might just deny Hull FC a famous comeback. But this kick from Caesar got the bounce. Lovely interchange of passes. Litton did ever so well here to keep it alive. And Martin does the rest. He is on fire. 11 for the season for him. But those 2 missed kicks going to be crucial.
Well, and we know that the kicks, when the time and the clock is ticking away, probably didn't go quite through the process as per usual. And another 4 points on that score would look very, very different. Instead, Castleford, can they hang on?
Well, you'd think so, with just 3 remaining, but that's 2 tries in a couple of minutes. Here is Herman Esse. Carries forward.
Hold me here, boys. Hold me here. Hold Joe. Go on.
Ball now works its way in. Can they produce something special again here? Hull have left it so late, and now they've come up with an error, and that will do it, you feel, for Castleford, who've just been forced to defend for their lives for the last few minutes. And it's relief all round for the Tigers. They are going to get that all-important 4th win of the season.
And we know that points when you're winning away are just so crucial, as we see this here.
Well, Hull are going to challenge this.
It's captain's challenge. Hull FC are challenging the decision. We have a captain's challenge. Hull FC are challenging the decision of a knock-on. So we see multiple players involved in the tackle. So playing on from this point, we can see that Horn's hand is around the ball there. So frame by frame, you can still see Horn's hand on the ball. So let's see just what happens with the ball here. Just need to determine how this ball comes out. So looking for vision of the hand on the ball. I can't see from that angle, so just going back to camera 1, which is my best available angle. So I'm looking for intent to steal, I'm looking for a clear reef or pull of the ball. So Horn is on the ball, fingers are still on the ball. And the ball is, it appears to be, I'm just looking here at the fingers, a rotation of the fingers which steals the ball. So Horn has stolen the ball in a multiple tackle situation, which is a ball steal, and the challenge is successful.
Hull FC live to fight on. They will get a penalty here. The ball deemed to have been stolen. Well, they need something miraculous here, but this will give them a chance to get some cheap meters, and they'll get it all the way up towards the halfway line. Horn just couldn't help himself.
Wait, it's been passed on, wait.
Well, it's now or never. Sam Eze.
Surrender!
Can they produce
Stand up
a
now,
third
one,
try
go on.
in 5 minutes? Knight gets it away. Here's Hardacre, turns it back for Cust. Cust tries to keep it alive, but he's going to go to the ground. Wrapped up by Dejanasi.
Hold it, go two.
Hardacre plays it now. Here's Knight. He's been outstanding. Gets it away now to Caesar. Short pass. They've got numbers here. Litton cuts back in. Litton through the line, but tackled 25 out.
Run! Go first.
Will they get another try? Run around. SASA. Caesar out the back. Not the best pass. Barron picks it up. Little chip over the top. Needs a good bounce. Doesn't get one. Sini races away, and Sini will go to ground, and that's it. I've said it about 5 times tonight, but that is it now. Castleford will win here at the MKM.
If they can hang on to it for this set and get a decent kick away, the 2 points is theirs. Needing to score twice, Hull FC, highly unlikely of that, but Castleford, haven't they deserved the win tonight? A strong first half performance led them into the tunnels at half time, and they've capitalised in the second half.
Countdown on inside the final minute. Another disappointing home showing for Hull FC. Castleford took their chances and made the black and whites pay. And now Milnes rolls it into touch just to take the sting out of the black and whites. 2 late tries for Lewis Martin, but it's Danny Maguire and the Tigers who will be celebrating at full time here. They'll still have designs on catching the top 6. Got a couple of tough games to come in the next 2 weeks, but if they go and play like this, then they're going to be a match for most in the Super League. Here's Cuss, short pass to Hardacre. He's wrapped up. This might well be the last play of the game. Cust gets it away to Caesar. Caesar short now to Chamberlain. Finds Davy Litton. Flick pass finds Milnes. He'll run it into touch. Kicks it high into the stand. A few boos of frustration, but it's delight for Danny Maguire and the Tigers. They led inside 3 minutes and never really took a backward step. Their fans are delighted. Real good, solid away performance. Lewis Martin's 2 late tries in vain for the black and whites. You have to say it's a fully deserved win, though, for Castleford, who just seem to want it a little bit more than Hull tonight.
Yeah, and they came out strong in that first half. It was a little bit shaky there through the second half. For the first 20 minutes there, both teams showing some vulnerabilities, but a couple of late tries in the last 15 minutes. One to that man on screen, Tom Amone. What a night he's had. And haven't Castleford look a different team since his recruitment? And at 22-14, Castleford, they'll take the points home with them on the road. And FC yet to find that home win here in 2025.
Yeah, delight for Castleford then, who close the gap on those above them. But another night of disappointment for John Cartwright and the side. 2 different sides. The one that goes on the road, almost unbeatable. The one that plays here just can't buy a win at the minute.
Well, and that's right. It's not just on the road, but the big away trips. Catalans twice this year. They've proven they are difficult to beat. But tonight, the first half, it was discipline. In the second half, probably a lack of composure and a lack of field position. Really didn't allow them any chance at points. And hats off to Castleford as we see their fans stand and applaud as the players walk down and thank them.
Real gutsy effort from the Tigers. We'll hear from the two coaches in due course, but let's hear from the Betfred player of the match tonight, Tom Amon. A try and a win for the Tigers. Tom, congratulations on your award.
Oh, thank you. Man, we needed that win to give the boys confidence and to give us confidence for the rest of the season. The boys dug in deep, and I'm just grateful we got the win.
You've gone over 100 metres again tonight, well over 100 metres. You're flying at the minute, Tom.
Oh, I'm just trying to do my job for the boys. I'm just enjoying my time here at Cass, and yeah, I'm loving every moment. So
we know it's a short stay, obviously, at Castleford before you go to Hull Kingston Rovers next year, but you've really lifted this team. You're really laying a platform for the rest to follow.
Yeah, I know it's only a short stay here, but it doesn't matter what club I'm playing for. I want to make sure I'm putting in my best performance each and every week, no matter what jersey I have on. So, you know, for the next 6 months I'm here, I'm going to be doing my best for Cass, and that's all I can do. The
boys have been fighting hard, maybe not quite getting the results the effort deserves. How nice is it when you put in an effort like that and you do get the 2 points?
Oh, like I said, man, we needed that win. You know, I'm just happy that the boys all dug in deep, and, you know, having that time off during Challenge Cup, you know, just freshen us up a bit too.
And a try as well, you'd be pleased with that?
Yeah, you know, I tried a few times tonight to try and score a try, so I'm just happy I got to score a try. And to my kids back at home, my 4 kids, I miss you so much. I love you, and I can't wait for you to get here. And also to my partner, congratulations on your graduation. I wish I was there, and I love you, and I can't wait to see you in 2 weeks.
Brilliant, lovely message, Tom. Just a word of warning, though. You know, when you come here next time wearing the red and white of Hull Kingston Rovers, you might get a different reception than you did tonight.
Oh, you know, some of the boys were telling me about it. Johnny was talking to me about it. He said that it was probably one of the best atmospheres that he's played in. And you know what, I'm looking forward to it next year. But for now, I'm at Cass, and I want to be doing my best for Cass.
Good man. Well done, Tom. Great performance tonight. Well done on your award.
Okay, thank you, bud.
Brilliant. Tom Amon there speaking. Lovely message to home as well. Really putting in the commitment, Tom. Short-term deal with the Tigers, as he said. Courtney, it's all about the Castleford Tigers for him right now.